Hey guys, this is Military History Uncovered, and today I will be talking about Operation Barbarossa, where Hitler breaks the non-aggression pact and invades Russia. I'll be doing lots more videos like this, and probably a couple a week. This one's kind of late due to the fact that it just took me a while. I hope y'all like it, and make sure y'all subscribe. I'm a new channel, so I'm trying to get lots of subscribers, so make sure y'all subscribe. Let's get into it. Hey guys, this is Military History. Okay, so before we can talk about the invasion, we have to get a couple things clear. First of all, this was obviously an all-out attempt to capture resources for Germany so Hitler could continue his war, and a premature invasion to achieve Lebensraum, or living space for his people, as Hitler called it. But there were serious problems, like for instance, Hitler had not defeated Britain or Africa, and had left basically a thorn in his side that he just left. He didn't try to deal with it. As well, what was needed for the invasion. In order for Hitler to pull off the invasion, there were some major things he had to deal with beforehand. First of all, he needed fuel for all his armored vehicles and planes because you can't go anywhere without fuel, and the Germans needed a lot of it because Hitler loved conquests. Secondly, he not only had to amass a ton of his troops on Russia's borders, but alright, so as you can see right here. Alright, now that we've talked about what they needed for the invasion, now we can talk about the invasion. The invasion occurred on June 22nd and lasted until December 5th. The invasion was the turning point of the war and was the largest invasion in all history. The invasion included almost 4 million men, 3,500 tanks, and 3,000 planes, as well as 600,000 trucks and okay, so now that we've talked about the invasion, not all of it. There's still some that we need to talk about. Now we can talk about some of like the major battles in the invasion. Number one is Battle of Smolensk in 1941. Hermann Hoth was a major commander in this battle and did very well as it was a major victory for Germany. Germany had 430,000 men against 580,000 from Russia. Germany had 1,500 tanks, same as Russia, and they had 1,500 aircraft. Germany's losses were 140,000 men and 250. Alright, now the second battle that I'm going to be talking about, which was also another major battle, the Battle of Minsk in 1941. Hermann Hoth was also a major commander in this battle, and it was a major victory for the Germans. In the battle, Hoth actually commanded the 3rd Panzer Group and was very successful with it, capturing lots of Soviets and territory, which was very useful later on in the war. Germany had 750,000 men versus Russia's 700,000, so they beat them by 50,000 men, as well as Germany had 2,000 tanks up against Russia's 4,500 tanks, but they still ended up winning the battle. Now we'll talk about the last battle, the Battle of Stalingrad, which is the largest battle on the Eastern Front, and I think of the whole war as a single battle. So it was the largest battle on the Eastern Front and a major loss for Germany, throwing them back and costing them tons of tanks, planes, and men, including time and fuel. Germany had over 1 million men. Russia had 1.2 million men. Germany had 10,000 artillery pieces versus 13,500 from Russia. Germany had 500 tanks and 700 aircraft, where Russia had 900 and 1,200. Also, the losses. Germany lost 650,000 to 900,000 men, and Russia lost about their whole force, but they still won. They also lost 900 aircraft for Germany, 1,500 tanks, 6,000 guns destroyed, and 700 aircraft and 1,600 tanks. Now this is the aftermath of the invasion. As you can see over to the right, there's some German soldiers that have been captured by Allied forces. The invasion of Russia was a failure for the Germans. The initial assault worked, but they never made it to Moscow. The invasion was said to have failed due to weather, as well as Hitler getting off track and not taking Moscow, and lastly because of the 1-month delay for the takeover of Yugoslavia. There is also some speculation on whether or not Japan helping by invading would have helped. Personally, I believe all four. Now the casualties. First of all, I'd like to say, which is something very important, that 600,000 to 700,000 of Germany's Allied soldiers were in the invasion, which is major. Even though a couple 100,000 more would have helped them a lot, but that's still a major number of soldiers from their allies. Now Germany used in the invasion 3.8 million men versus Russia, which had 3 million men in the beginning and between 3 million and 5 million men with millions of reserves. Now tanks and planes. Germany had 3,500 tanks and 3,000 planes, while Russia had 25,000 tanks, roughly about, I'd say, 6 or 7 times as many, and 9,000 to 18,000 planes, which is around 3 to 6 times as many. But Germany, as transporting their troops, they had 600,000 trucks and 700,000 horses, which is major. I mean, they used 700,000 horses to transport troops, and the other part, they were walking everywhere. So it took them a long time to get where they needed to go. Also, they had 3,000 other AFVs and 17,000 mortars and 7,000 to 24,000 artillery pieces, which is actually quite a lot. They also had, Russia had 55,000 to 120,000 mortars, which is the largest number of mortars, I think, ever in the war. Okay, so I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and make sure y'all subscribe. The subscribe rectangle right here you actually can't click on, so if y'all would go to my channel and subscribe there, that would be much appreciated. As you know, I'm a new channel. I only have one video, my intro video, and this is my second one. I'm going to be trying to get videos out faster than this one. It took me quite a while to do this just because there's so much stuff to cover, and so I kind of had to shorten